Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Masters of the World. I'm your Leos Galvin. So, today, we've got some interesting work to do. I've been looking a lot at the budget. And needless to say, I'm not a big fan. And you know what? That's a bit of a problem. Parliament is preventing me from doing particularly many tax reforms right now. So, I think I've made my decision. Parliament was useful early on, but unfortunately, I'm probably spelling it wrong, but whatever. Renovato Imperiale. However, unfortunately, they aren't quite probably going to go for their own, oh wow. That's actually a lot higher than I expected. For people voting for it. In short, 48.6% of the parliament is in favor of giving me dictatorship powers. Now, if I throw in a few more reforms here, we should have no problem with this. Done. That should be more than enough. On the 28th. Okay. That should be more than enough to get Parliament to pass it. And hand me back executive power. With that, I can usher in a new era of prosperity to this country. It seems weird, but just watch. Media coverage of power, human rights. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Alright. I expect... There we go. Hey. Alright. So first I'm looking to cut budget right now. Add $1 billion to the excess. That should help calm people. And... there's popular uprising over the National Assembly having reduced powers. Who is even remotely surprised? Oldest person in the country is on my own. Okay. Okay. So, roadblocks. You know, it sucks that I've actually built roads, because that's what allows these roadblocks to happen. On the plus side, no one uses the roads other than freight, so it's not disturbing too much. On the other hand, that's going to hurt the GDP a lot.
I understand the disappointment, even the resentment felt by the protesters. But today, I officially ask them to return home for the sake of appeasement. As soon as this is done, the government will take responsibility for investigating and responding to their demands.
It's a flop. How am I not surprised? I'm going to intervene with the police then. I'm not going to call in the military yet. I really don't want to turn this into a civil war. It could potentially turn into that. I doubt it will. I'm still running 100% approval rating. Now that might seem really weird, but the reality behind the approval rating is actually it doesn't stop at 100%. Realistically, I was probably at about 150%. It's just impossible to tell once you go above 100 because it stops displaying anything other than 100. So I'm just burning through a lot of my popular support. 4 victims died in the line of duty in our ranks. That's fine. They were honorable. And let's sit in demonstration. 100,000, yeah, we're appearing on television. That's okay. It's now the 17th. A flop. Unsurprisingly, my TV capabilities are iffy at best. Luckily, it's just a sit-in, so it's not particularly dangerous. Alright. I can allow this to continue for the time being. There we are. Alright, 3-day sit-in. Good. And it looks like the wave is over. Excellent. Parliament is voting on giving up their powers on the 28th. I needed to take care of this really quickly, though. And I couldn't let the things just sort of go. Because when people start protesting, they start shifting the government's opinion. Or Parliament's opinion. As you can see, it's now 53.4% against the bill. So they managed to shift 2% on a controversial bill. Luckily, I'm pretty certain that with everything else I managed to tack into the reform, they're going to vote to give me executive power. We shall wait and see. It's now the 26th, or rather the 27th as we load that day. 27th, 28th, and...
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
I proclaim a dictatorship. Alright, so it's time for tax reforms, everybody. Step 1. We're going to need a proper reform for this. The Imperial Tax Reform. We're going to start by abolishing the income tax. I'm going to raise the value-added tax by about 5%. I've done the math on all this, by the way, so I know exactly what I'm changing. I figured it would be better than sitting here for about 15 minutes writing numbers down in a notepad you guys can't see. So. Oh yeah, right. Tax on large fortunes, I guess because for whatever reason it won't let me use that interface. That's going to have to be a separate reform, that's fine. It'll stand on its own. The real estate tax will be abolished. The audiovisual tax will be abolished. The gun tax will be abolished. Here's the theme. A lot of taxes are going to be abolished in a moment. We're abolishing a hell of a lot of taxes. Missed this. And as you can tell, we still have an excess. And that's most of it. We're simplifying the tax code. We're going to ditch this. And we're actually going to change here. Oh really? I can only put that up to 10. Alright, fine. I'm going to put this up to 10%. And change this to 10%. Okay. There. I'm also going to implement a wine tax of 2.5 ETB per liter. Is there a problem with that? I guess I just have to have more zeros on the end or something. There we are. Meticulously planned out. A brand new tax scheme. So when does this tax scheme take effect? The Imperial Tax Forum will come into effect on the 12th of December. Excellent. So, the goal of this new tax scheme is to promote growth. Right now we're at 929 billion. Good. Purchasing power, as you can see, is actually going up. It seems counterintuitive, but we've got this. We've got this. Spy network was dismantled. We discovered a neutralizing network from the Tunisia payroll. That's actually really concerning. And I say that because we are currently enriching uranium to weapons grade. Hopefully they didn't get anything on that. Hopefully they have no proof. If they take that to the UN, I'm pretty fucked. Oh dear. I think we're okay though. I haven't brought it to the UN yet, so we're probably okay. This is the part where they start blackmailing me over it. Hell, if they start blackmailing me over it, I will probably give in to their blackmail. I really want those nukes.
The decree.
Alright. Law on the wine tax. Excellent.
The decree.
Large fortunes. Good.
The decree.
Good. Purchasing power is increasing. Alright. Alright. And now assuming this day ever ticks over. Alright.
The preparations are complete.
I will not be spending Christmas with you guys. Alarming industry results. I'm not surprised. We're growing industry. We've gained 2 billion to the GDP. Uh-oh. Please stand by for a moment while the game loads. It seems like a crash, but I've noticed this happens on occasion. The game just sort of hangs for a while. I'm not actually sure why or anything about it, but I apologize. There's very little I can do but wait for the game to eventually decide in its graces to resume. I assume it's just like a loading issue or something, but, you know. Whatever. So I apologize. Oof. Alright, there we are. Okay, I think we're good. That might have looked really weird for a moment, but I think we're okay now. Alright. Here we are. Low level income tax. The rich must pay. Yeah.
You're really peachy keen.
Damn straight I am.
The decree.
Alright.
The decree.
So, the tax system has now been reformed. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 taxes. Large fortunes, inheritance tax, and the like. We do have a slight deficit, though. I'm not happy about that. Although, I'm pretty confident in saying I can probably just cover for the deficit by doing that. Yeah, it's most of it there. There. Good. Like, I'm mostly concerned about growth. I'm not gonna lie here. Growth has become my primary concern for things. But of course. You're with me to the death. Glad to hear it. Alright. I actually think probably come January 1st everything should balance out. And I say that because we've probably got a fairly sizable... Ooh, wow. I was expecting January 1st because that would be when we'd pay off our debt, right? I mean, this is fine too. I don't mind this at all. I'm interested to see what our budget surplus for this quarter will be. And, you know, just how much of our debt we can get rid of. Alright.
Good morning. I did.
You want bauxite. You actually want to supply me with bauxite. I'm alright with that. That's fine. And Central African Republic? Sure. Alright. I guess I'm becoming a large enough economy to the point where people will actually start selling me goods. Which is actually really good, because if people start selling me cheap goods, that's actually going to drag inflation down. Now, I have the key interest rate locked at 20%. There's nothing I can fucking do about this inflation. It is completely out of control. We're inflating like Zimbabwe here. Almost Weimar Republic levels at this point. Anyway. Hopefully that'll change in the new year. I'm interested to see what our growth reports will look like, among other things. Alright.
Good morning.
I'm sure you do. Alright. You appear to wish to buy colza from me. Alright. I've actually learned I can go a little over. And basically, I just need to negotiate them down. Accept. Good. Alright. Not bad. I should probably not be criticizing human rights right now. Alright. So either way, we've got a sizable budget excess. And it is now December 31st, so... Alright. Let's see the results of this year, shall we? Actually, before we let the day tick over here... let's see. Total debt. Public debt. So what is this? I'd say 620 billion debt. Yeah. Good. So we went from 620 billion in debt to 130 billion? We just paid off like 500 billion in debt, dear lord. Oh, that's a relief for the old budget. Huh. Glad to see. Glad to see. Alright. So earlier we were at 931. We're now up to 958. Excellent. We now have more industry GDP than Peru. We're ahead of the average of the African Union. We are still far behind the world average, though. I'm hoping to get to the world average soon. Okay, yeah. Inflation's high and people want salary increases. I suppose I'm going to have to eventually honor that. It's no surprise, really. I don't know why I hit that button. Just keep going. Should only be a few days before I get another report on the state of things. There it is, probably. Oh no, that's just my Minister of Health resigning. Probably. My, you know, doctors and shit's purchasing power is going down. There we are. So, wow, that's it. 92.5 billion. What did I tell you? 7.8% of the GDP, not bad. 4.11% national growth. That's actually alright. That doesn't seem like a lot, but you have to remember that our GDP basically pentupled with oil. And the oil part of the GDP can't really increase. It's tied to the price of oil. So, realistically, we're looking at like a 16% growth rate. Just based on our other shit. It's not bad. And, well, no. I have a feeling that's actually going to increase. Rather quite rapidly, too. To the point where I'm concerned about my levels of infrastructure. I have a feeling I'm going to need more. So. Wow, 12 billion, huh? Yeah, I think we're just going to build medium traffic airports for now. I'm going to put medium traffic airports at a couple of cities throughout the country. Of course, more than willing to spend a little money for it. Mogadishu is a major city. Easy way to tell what's a major city is just zoom out enough, huh? Can I just get the city map, I guess? Okay. Durman, Mogadishu. Alright, we'll put one in Asmara too, I guess, for the sake of putting one in each region that I've conquered. No one feels left out that way. Then maybe I should put a port there. Alright. There we are. And finally... Yes, so for the first time ever, we're receiving... We're going to have air travel in and out of the country. The country's current resources are sufficient. I actually disagree with that. But I'll boost tourism a little. Although the current transportation allowing us to tourist is that capacity. Transport goods, bring us. Yeah. It says our current network is sufficient for transport, but here's the reality of it. This industry GDP I know is going to be growing fairly quickly, among other things. Right? Our GDP in general is going to be growing, which means in order to keep up, I am going to need to, create more. Oh yeah, Mikkel's an interesting city. That's 91 fucking billion. Holy shit. 135 billion. I don't know if I can afford that. I wanted to create like a train network and try and link things up. But Mikkel's actually an interesting city because it actually has no population. Like the city was just destroyed in a war and no one's ever gone back to inhabit it, and I have no fucking clue why. Oh well. I suppose it doesn't matter. How's our immigration doing? Wow, 116,000 people left. Open up the borders. That's bad. Like, that's really bad. Holy shit. Well, GDP's going up at least. I mean, I guess that improves our GDP per capita, though. No. That's not what I want at all. I keep thinking like this way. There we are. That's the button I was looking for. Alright. GDP is alright. Population 150,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Unemployment 28.85. Good. Good. Share of the world GDP. We are up to 0.29. Not bad. GDP per head of the population is, however, up to 33,500. That's not terrible. GDP per capita is on the up, and with any luck, holy fuck, when is inflation going to go down? Seriously. The inflation rate is now 110 freaking %. Ugh, I don't know. Problem is, I'm focusing on growth so much, my economy is inflating. I might have to, like, forcefully stunt growth to combat inflation and start deflating the currency. Like, I'd actually have to get probably negative growth. The only way I can think of doing that is shutting down the oil industry. It might work, who knows? Yeah, that's my health minister who resigned, I'm sure. Still a pile of excess, though. I'm just debating what to do with it. We need to expand.
Despite all the consideration I have for you, my conscience does not allow me to continue to be part of your government.
You're the only Irish guy. We need you for quotas. The only Irish black guy. Oh, man. Alright. So clearly we have some problems here. I'm going to double up the number of medical staff. Because that seems like the right idea. Life expectancy's up. 58. Nice. Child mortality rate down slightly. Death to AIDS is up, though. That's not good. Noted. Alright, they made their points clear. Alright. That's all I needed to see. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're doing pretty good. How's education doing right now? I recently put in a lot more teachers, so not terrible, actually. Not terrible. Primary school attendance rate's the same. Illiteracy rates dropped slightly. Well, thank you. That's better. That's better. Okay. Little concerned there for a moment. So, obviously we're going to expand this a little bit. We have our very first university, which I'm particularly proud of. Yeah, Good. Improve our education as best we can. Good. We're actually starting to look like a more developed country. 6.7. I like how it now says Homeland Security /Secret. We know most of that is going directly into my program for development of nuclear weapons, which is currently 118 days from the enrichment process being completed. I wager it'll be a little while longer after that. We probably have to conduct tests and actually start building missiles, but not bad. Overall, we've seen 30 billion added to the industry GDP, which is what I'm after. That's good. We're getting there. And as I said before, I have a feeling that as I work on various things, we're going to see improvements. And I am now going to put in the Shior region a multidisciplinary center which houses 2,000 researchers. I am going to double the number of researchers we have. Almost, anyway. Alright. Everybody loves it when you put a little into research in the public sector. It's good. Then take the wrong path. So I change policy. Well, I mean, there'd be a lot of things I'm more likely to do that you would hate a lot. Yeah, our construction rate is shit. Yeah, you know what? Let's fuck it. We'll leave that for next episode probably. We'll do more human rights stuff then. We're getting there. Armenia and Greece. That's an interesting conflict. Wonder how the hell that occurred. Oh well. Thank you everybody for watching today's episode of Masters of the World. We've done a lot. We've done a lot. We are now an empire. Well, dictatorship. I can't actually form a monarchy, sadly. But good enough. Probably for the best. I mean, I wouldn't have any heirs. I kind of murdered my wife. To be fair, she was talking shit about me behind my back. Not happy about that. Let's up the army pay slightly. Ooh. Okay, that's just really awkward. I was gonna say, do it this way. Okay. Excellent. Confirm. A slight raise for everybody involved. Which, you know, that's alright. It's alright. Public sector health, education, research, public finances. Public finances are fine, though. They're in good shape. Good shape. And, yeah. That's gonna do it for today, folks.
The decree takes effect as of today.
Glad to hear it. We finish out with 962 billion industry. Considering we started with, what was that, 929-ish? Not bad. For an episode, that's 30 billion. Good stuff. And I hope to see it continue to increase. In the meantime, thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Calvin, signing off.